Most people don't go broke because they're lazy. They go broke because they follow a script they never questioned. And one of the most expensive lines in that script sounds harmless. I deserve a new car. It feels normal. It feels responsible. It even feels like progress. But that one decision quietly traps millions of people in a cycle they don't even realize they're in. Because the truth is, broke people don't stay broke by accident. They stay broke by making decisions that look smart but are financially destructive. And buying a new car is one of the biggest ones. Think about this. Someone finally gets a decent job. Maybe their income goes up. Maybe they feel like life is finally moving forward. And what's the first big financial move they make? They go to a dealership. Not to invest, not to build assets, but to take on one of the fastest depreciating purchases in existence. And it feels justified, because the monthly payment fits. That's the trap. Broke people don't think in total cost, they think in monthly payments. $500 a month doesn't sound scary. $700 a month feels manageable. Even $900 somehow becomes, I can make it work. But nobody stops and says, I'm about to spend $40,000, $50,000, maybe even $70,000 on something that will lose value every single day. Because if they did, they'd pause. They'd hesitate. They might even walk away. But the system is designed so they don't. Car dealerships don't sell cars. They sell emotions. They sell status. They sell identity. They make you feel like this purchase is a reward for your hard work. And in that moment, logic disappears. You're not thinking about depreciation. You're not thinking about opportunity cost. You're thinking about how it feels to drive something new. How people will look at you, how you'll finally feel like you've made it. And that feeling is powerful, but it's also expensive. Because the moment you drive that new car off the lot, something brutal happens. It loses value instantly. Not a little, a lot. Thousands of dollars gone in seconds. And it keeps dropping, day after day, month after month, while you're still making full payments on the original price. Let that sink in. You're paying premium price for a declining asset. That's not just a bad deal, that's a wealth killer. But here's where it gets deeper. It's not just about the car. It's about what that money could have done instead. Because every dollar you lock into a car payment is a dollar that can't work for you. It can't be invested. It can't compound. It can't grow. It's just gone, trapped in metal, plastic, and depreciation. And most people never calculate that hidden cost. They never ask, what would this money be worth in 10 years if I invested it instead? Because if they did, the answer would shock them. That $600 monthly car payment, invested consistently, it could turn into tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even six figures over time. But instead, it becomes a liability. And here's where the part nobody talks about. Car payments don't just cost money, they control your life. Because once you have that payment, everything changes. You can't take risks. You can't easily quit a job you hate. You can't explore opportunities freely. Because now you have a fixed obligation. Every single month, no matter what. That payment doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if your income drops. It doesn't care if life gets hard. It's always there, waiting. And that pressure keeps people stuck. Stuck in jobs they don't like, stuck in routines they want to escape, stuck in a financial loop they don't understand. All because of a decision that felt harmless at the time, but broke people don't see it that way. They see the car as a symbol of success, not realizing it's often the thing preventing them from becoming successful. Because wealthy people think differently. They don't ask, can I afford the payment? They ask, does this make me money or cost me money? And a car almost always costs money. That doesn't mean rich people never buy nice cars. They do. But there's a difference. They buy them after they've built assets, after their investments are generating income, after they can pay in cash without it affecting their financial position. For them, it's a reward. For broke people, it's a burden. And the timing is everything. Because buying a luxury car too early in life doesn't make you look rich. It delays you from becoming rich. It's like celebrating before you've won. And the price of that celebration is years of financial setback. But society doesn't teach this. It teaches the opposite. It tells you to upgrade your lifestyle as soon as your income increases. You get a raise? Upgrade your car. New job? Upgrade your car. Feeling bored? Upgrade your car. And slowly, without realizing it, your expenses grow just as fast as your income. So you never actually get ahead. You just move sideways in a more expensive version of the same life. That's lifestyle inflation. And the car is usually the biggest piece of it, because it's visible, it's emotional, it's easy to justify, but it's also one of the fastest ways to stay broke, no matter how much you earn. And here's something most people won't admit. A lot of new car purchases aren't about need. They're about validation, about proving something to other people. People who, honestly, aren't even paying attention. Or worse, people who are just as broke doing the exact same thing. It becomes a cycle, everyone trying to look successful while quietly struggling behind the scenes. Because the truth is, looking rich and being rich are completely different games. And most people choose the first one because it's immediate, it's visible, it gets reactions. But real wealth? It's quiet. It's boring. It's built over time, through disciplined decisions that don't always feel exciting in the moment. Like driving an older car, even when you can afford a new one. Like saying no when everyone else is saying yes. Like delaying gratification when everything around you is designed to make you want it now. That's not easy, but it works. Because every time you avoid a bad financial decision, you're not just saving money, you're buying freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from pressure, freedom to make choices based on what you want, not what you owe. And that's something a new car can't give you, no matter how good it looks, no matter how smooth it drives, no matter how many features it has. Because at the end of the day, it's still a liability. And the moment the excitement fades, which it always does, you're left with the reality of the payments, month after month, year after year, until it becomes normal, until you don't even question it anymore, until it just feels like part of life. That's how the trap works. It doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like normal. And that's why so many people stay in it, for years, even decades, without realizing they could have chosen differently. They could have driven something cheaper, something reliable, something that doesn't demand a large part of their income every month, and used that difference to invest, to build, to grow, to create a life where money works for them instead of the other way around. But that requires awareness. It requires stepping back and questioning the default path. Because just because something is common doesn't mean it's smart. And buying a new car right when you can barely afford it is one of the most common financial mistakes in the world. It doesn't make you successful. It delays your success. It doesn't move you forward. It holds you in place. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. You start looking at things differently. You start asking better questions. You start making decisions based on long-term outcomes instead of short-term feelings. And that's where everything changes. Because wealth isn't built in big moments. It's built in small decisions, repeated consistently over time. Like choosing not to take on unnecessary debt. Like choosing to invest instead of impress. Like choosing freedom over appearances. And those choices, they don't always feel exciting. They don't always get attention, but they compound, quietly, powerfully. Until one day, you realize you're no longer stuck in the same cycle. You're not stressed about payments. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. You're not making decisions out of pressure. You're in control. And it didn't come from one big move. It came from avoiding the mistakes that keep most people broke, including buying things they can't truly afford just to feel like they've made it. Because real success, it doesn't need to be proven with a car. It shows up in your freedom, your options, your ability to live life on your terms. And once you experience that, you won't trade it for anything, not even the newest car on the lot. So next time you feel that urge, that pull toward upgrading, toward rewarding yourself, toward finally getting that new car, pause. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this making me look rich or become rich? because that one question can change your entire financial future. And if you want more content like this, the kind that actually helps you think differently about money and build real wealth over time, make sure you stay connected, because the next decision you make might be the one that changes everything.